If you count the legal votes, I easily win.
President Donald Trump and his allies are telling so many lies on social media about supposed election fraud, it's hard to even know where to start fact-checking. There are two main categories of dishonesty we're seeing go viral on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. First, there's the extremely broad, extremely vague stuff. The election is rigged, Democrats are stealing the election. That stuff requires just a one-line, even a one-word fact check. Nope, wrong, didn't happen. That's easy. But then there are other more specific claims about particular states and particular supposed incidents. Those require a bit more effort to debunk, although they're still complete nonsense. Take this tweet from Trump. He suggested that something shady was caught on a video of two men collecting ballots from a box and putting them in a bag. Here is what actually happened in this video. Nothing really. Los Angeles County, California locks its ballot drop boxes at 8 p.m. on election night. Then the next day, workers come and pick up the ballots that were legally submitted before that 8 p.m. deadline. All we saw in this video was men doing their jobs and collecting those legally submitted ballots. The end, or at least it should be. Now, some of Trump's prominent allies and supporters have promoted baseless conspiracy theories about thousands and thousands of votes supposedly being cast in the name of dead people. Trump allies on social media have circulated a list that purports to show 14,000 plus dead people voting in the Detroit area in Michigan. Well, again, that's absolute nonsense. 3 of my CNN colleagues looked into 50 names on this list. They found that 37 of these people were dead but did not have any vote cast in their name. 5 of these people were actually alive and did vote, and 8 of these people were alive but did not vote. Now, this kind of fraud does happen, but it's rare. A lot of the allegations are based on cases where a living and dead person have the exact same name. For example, a father and son, both named William Bradley, or simple clerical issues like a living voter having their birth date entered with the software default of 01/01/1901. Now, one of the most notable things about this post-election day lying barrage is that it's not just coming from the president and the online fringe. There is a whole official Republican apparatus that is doing the same kind of deception. One of the worst offenders, in fact, has been the party itself, the Republican National Committee, including its national spokesperson, Elizabeth Harrington.
Let's be very clear here. Joe Biden did not win this election. President Trump did.
Maybe the most absurd of Harrington's claims came in a Twitter thread in which she argued that increases in voter turnout in some Democratic urban areas was itself evidence of fraud. This frankly makes no sense. Turnout was up around the country for both Democrats and Republicans. Increased turnout is good news, not suggestive of fraud. And although Harrington was trying to cast suspicion on particular urban areas, she omitted the fact that turnout had actually increased by more in adjacent suburban areas. In summary, this nonsense is getting worse, not better. I think some of us fact checkers thought we might get a bit of a break after Election Day. That thought, like a lot of what we're seeing on social media, turned out to be totally wrong.